Bitcoin has once again broken out to the upside, crushing through the downward sloping resistance, thus sparking the question, has a retest to the $14,000 region potentially been confirmed? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the savagery we're seeing inside the chart right now. Grandma's cookies and a bottle of yo-ho-ho. Bitcoin has proven to maintain its bullish momentum and has broken out flush to the upside. And the question, my friends, is are we seeing right now enough momentum here, in my opinion, to create a new higher high? Because, my friends, at this point in time, we have still not done this. And if so, is this lining up for not only a run up to potentially 12 to 13K, but a test of 14,000 and beyond? So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. Being said, ladies and gentlemen, ding, 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 chicken wings for dinner, tofu if you're vegan. Bitcoin consolidated right here underneath the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement. If you are subscribed here, you would know this region has been pretty substantial in concerns of support on the way down and now resistance. But what this actually wound up creating here, which we didn't have to know at the time, but we're going to discuss this, it wound up making somewhat of a bull flag here, right? And if we take a flagpole, we could see we have our flag, and now we've broken out to the upside. But at the time, if we go over here to the 4-hour time frame, we were still respecting the downward sloping trend line, right? We were finding a lot of resistance right here at this region. You can see for 12 hours, not straight, but 12 hours here, 3 4-hour candles had all respected once, twice, and thrice this downward sloping resistance, along with, if we flip on our moving averages, we were getting rejected there as well underneath that 50 moving average on the 4-hour time frame, right? Along with, on the daily time frame, a bearish divergence that was still being respected, etc., etc. So on yesterday's stream, I covered that I was still going to be bearish until we broke through this region, right? And right now, I want to show you how I played this, because this was a very interesting area here, right? We were having this resistance here, but there was also the looming factor that if we were able to break this, right, and break above that moving average, break above the 0.236 Fibonacci, right? I forgot to even mention that just there. Also getting rejected at that line by the fib, okay? There was so much bearish confluence here. So I played this in a very unique way here, all right? And I want to show you what I actually did here. So this was my VIP trade alert. Shout out to my VIPs. I keep you updated with every trade and strategy that I formulate and take here in this market. And so when we were underneath all those resistance levels here that I just outlined for you, my play here was to open a short position at 11,300, and if the price moved up to 11,459, I was going to open again another position to dollar cost average my entry. If these positions filled, which they did, I was going to place my stop loss immediately at 11,636, which then I did as well. This was an incredibly tight stop loss of roughly 2% behind my entry, because the position had one purpose for me, and that was to catch the absolute top before a heinous rejection, right, off the trend line, or if we moved to a new breakout point, right, from that area to create a new high on the local time frames, I was going to close my position. And this for me was taking a small amount of risk for a large potential reward, right? And now you may be thinking, well, Kirby, well, it broke out. So what happened? You got wrecked, Kirby? You took that trip to Wreck City, Kirby? Wreck City? Not exactly, James. Because also, I was prepared here with a tight stop loss that if we were able to surpass this local high, break the Fibonacci, break the moving average, etc., and see a potential bull flag breakout here. Here's the next alert from me, ladies and gentlemen. My next strategy here that I posted, okay, that I wound up playing. If my tight stop loss is triggered at 11,636, which just so you guys understand, was right here, right above that local high, creating a new higher high, which was a confirmation of a breakout for me, right? I'll flip from short to long. So then I set a long order at 11,638, $2 above my stop loss exit of my short position, right? Small, minuscule 2% loss on my short, and then I'll open a long upon that breakout to play the potential bull flag breakout, right? And as you can see here outlined at the bottom, I'm prepared for both scenarios, a break to the downside or to the upside. So I hope that you understand what I've done here, right? So I took a very small risk here underneath all of this resistance so that if we got bearishly rejected, I was going to take this train all the way down, right? The inverse parabolic express for Don Carbonaccio down into the crypto abyss if that's where it was going to take us. And on the contrary, if this bull flag wound up playing out to the upside, I was going to close my short position for a very small 2% loss and then open a momentum long here to catch the breakout. And ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly what I did here. And you could see now, right, my long position from right here has been opened and thus far has been very nice and profitable. And you can see that by playing it this way, I set myself up for the best of both scenarios, right? If this proved to be too much of a bearish resistance level here, and we were going to respect the trend line, and we were going to fail at the fib, the moving averages, the local high to create a double top, etc., I was going to ride this all the way down. And if we were to break up, well, I cut my loss very, very quickly here, very small, and then immediately switch it to a long position to potentially catch that extrapolated flagpole to the upside, which we'll take it right here. All right, let's take this. We'll actually make this white so it's easier to see here. Let's actually make it teal. Let's see, make this teal here. All right. And then we extrapolate this over here and we clone it to the breakout point. And for me, right, for the potential risk reward here, ladies and gentlemen, by my terms, what I saw here was that if I took my low risk trade setup for the short to potentially catch that rip all the way down, if it failed, then I'm going to catch the breakout here for a potential Ripanachi Don Dot. Tell your wife, tell your fat, all the way up for a potential measured move to a retest zone of our previous macro high, right? So right there, I just wanted to walk you through this trade before we continue through any more analysis, right? Because I wanted to show you how I set myself up to succeed in either direction. A break to the downside, Don Carbonaccio is getting this crypto. A break to the upside, Don Carbonaccio is getting this crypto. I set myself up for success in both directions. When I tell you here each and every day on this stream, if you are subscribed, ladies and gentlemen, if you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. Don Carbonaccio plans to succeed. And you can see that right from here that I was set up for success in either direction. Let's get this crypto. I'm ready to crush this market. Are you? Let's get this crypto. And guys, just so you know, I post all of this for you 24/7, 365 in VIP. Shout out to my VIPs and shout out to all my new future VIPs joining VIP right after this video. I will continue to keep you updated with all my strategies, entries, exits, positions, etc. exclusively for you in VIP. I will see you all in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. Now, onto the meat and potatoes right here, right now. So we see a bull flag here potentially, right? And this here, it looks even cleaner on the 1 hour, right? I mean, to me, it's a pretty pretty evident bull flag here, sideways consolidation after a parabolic flagpole up, and we have now broken this resistance, the downward sloping resistance line of the channel, right? But we still have some unique factors going on here, because one, as pretty as it does look right now, we cannot lose sight that we have still not created a higher high. We are still currently on a lower high trajectory, which is inherently bearish, so it's unique. But the situation here is, ladies and gentlemen, is that when we zoom out on the chart here, right, we've already broken through our 0.236 fib, which could have acted as resistance. We've already broken through our 0.5 fib extension, which could have acted as resistance. And now, once again, we find ourselves here in this channel. And if you are subscribed here, you would know that when we were in this channel last time here, I was under the impression that we could moon up into this red box territory, which was the 0.618 Fibonacci extension, rather quickly, because I didn't see much in terms of historic price resistance in this range. And look, you could see it here again. I don't see much in there, right? And now when we go back to where we are now, I mean, what kind of resistance or support was created in this range at all? Nothing to me. A straight crocodile tooth pattern formation all within this range. So for me, my friends, this is a very unique range, because if we are to create a new higher high here, this may send the bots and human traders alike onto a frenzy where we could see this just rip again like we did the first time. Of course, past performance is not indicative of future results. This is only my speculative hypothesis. The thing here is that I'm seeing the same sentiment that I saw last time that, made me believe that we could see a rip, like a hot knife through butter, through this range all the way up to the red box at the 0.618 golden extension. I'm seeing the same sentiment again right here, right now. And the fact is that we also have this added bonus of a potential textbook bull flag playing out to the upside with a measured move extrapolation that takes us up to roughly 13,384, right? And our fib, the golden fib that we topped out at nearly last time, lines up at exactly that level, ladies and gentlemen. So I am seeing extreme bullish confluence here with that $13,300 level. And in terms of retesting the high, if we are to extrapolate to that level, you guys know how this works. There's generally an overshot or a front run, right? So you're either going to moon hard through it, or you get front ran, right, by the bots that put in orders before there and look to drive it down heinously before we get there. So right now, what we have to keep our eyes on here is this area. I'm going to remove these circles here now. We all understand we still haven't created a higher high yet. We're still on a lower high trajectory. But let's draw this box here, all right? This box here is where things may start to get very interesting. And this box begins at the first high at about 12,250 and the second high at 12,460, okay? So if we are to get up to this level, this, to me, ladies and gentlemen, is the boiling point. This is the creme de la creme of the trend right here, ladies and gentlemen, because if there is going to be another V-shaped recovery followed by a V-shape to the downside, in my opinion, this is where I would expect it to be, and that is somewhere between 12,250 and 12,450. Let's get this crypto. Because to me, ladies and gentlemen, if we are to break through this level, if we are to rip through it, it looks like, to me, there's pretty clear seas and clear sailing up to that measured move extrapolation into my red box territory between 13,300 all the way up to nearly 14,000. Let's get this crypto. Of course, these are only my own speculative opinions and ideas, ladies and gentlemen. I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. This is only my own observation and opinion. For me right now, I've shown you I've taken my low risk short. What that went sour, I cut it quick off, instantly made my profits back on my flip from my short to long. And right now, I'm seeing right here that we are reaching a point of either a climax in the trend, or we are probably going to look to continue the parabola to take us back to, a potential retest of a high, of our macro high. Or if not, maybe we make a macro lower low, right? Getting tongue-tied, a macro lower high, okay? Because that wouldn't be healthy either. If we tested all the way up here with that flagpole, it'd be great for swing traders like myself that have swung up and took profits, right? That's beautiful and epic. That's what I plan on doing, right? But for the trend as a whole, in terms of like a macro view, right? If a healthy bull trend is to come here, what we don't want to see is a stall out below the prior macro high, as that would, not be healthy, as we could then see it kind of serve as a relative double top, and then we could look to retest back down to other levels of interest for me. What we all know, we have gap fills potentially at the $8,500 region. We have Fibonacci's down here in areas of confluence, etc., etc. But right now, this is very important because we need the parabola to continue from a bullish perspective, right? If the parabola is not going to continue, this type of action here, a hockey stick pattern formation, is going to be very hard to maintain. We can already see that it's been very hard to maintain just off this crocodile tooth down and a lot of bouncy action here, right? And right now, when we look at the crypto fear and greed index, I'm actually a bit happy here today when looking at this, purely because of the fact that we took a plunge here on the fear and greed index, right? We went from a 95 on June 26th, right? And when was June 26th, ladies and gentlemen? Ding, 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 chicken wings for dinner. It was the absolute top of the trend, right? So we can see human emotion was the greediest on that date at a 95, and we since plunged, and then we've stagnated. We've been chopping around here. And in order for me to believe that the parabola is going to continue, I need to see this I need to see this greed index remain very high, because as we see, when greed is at a 95, right, we hit the parabolic top, right? And all the way up here, right, in the days prior to this, we continued to rise and rise and rise at a parabolic rate on the greed scale, which allowed us to have this movement up here, right, like this. So if we are going to maintain parabola, which again, ladies and gentlemen, this is another parabolic move, right? A rebound of, over right now 25% at its high currently, savage, heinous, and a ludicrous inverse debacle, if you do ask me. Right now, I want to see this greed pick back up. I usually would look at this as a contrarian indicator, but for me right now, I'm looking at this as a very organic and pure indicator because of the sheer beast and nature of the parabolic trend we are in. Parabola is greed driven. It is emotion driven. If there is not greed and emotions running high from the moon boys and degenerates, then I do not believe that the parabola can continue. And parabola favors those with realistic expectations, plans, and strategies to crush this market, take proper entries, risk mitigation, take profit when profit needs to be taken, and then get this crypto. The moon boys, what they wind up doing is they FOMO into the top, and then they just hodl through the drop. That's kind of how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. And that is not what I'm looking to do, right? I'm not looking to buy the top and hodl. I do not know where these people believe that that's some kind of strategy and to be looked upon as, great, right? People are happy to be hodling at a loss. I don't understand it. I don't know where that culture came from, that thinking that hodling with a minus 90% portfolio is something to be proud about. Oh, yeah, man. What are you, down 80%? I'm down 87%. Get on my level, James. Where did this come from? Where did this culture of being wrecked is fun come from? For me, I'm looking to crush it, right? I'm looking to stay realistic here, right? Just the same as right now, these moon boys, I already see again, right? The same moon boys that once we topped out here and got wrecked are calling for 7,000, 6,000? Is the bear market going back to 1,000? All over again are now screaming for 20,000, 100,000, 500,000. I mean, it's like they're picking numbers out of a hat, ladies and gentlemen. Don Carbonaccio does not pick numbers out of a hat. Don Carbonaccio looks at this market for what it is. And right now, I see that we have our last major level here, ranging in this box from 12,250 to 12,450, that if we can get through this level, my friends, my personal target here is the extrapolated measured move to my red box at potentially around 13,300. We're going to see probably some fireworks up in this region if it gets there. You better be prepared. I'm going to be keeping my VIPs up to date in absolute real time with every single trade I make in absolute real time. You see my strategies here today. I set up for both scenarios, either a nice plunge down, which I was going to profit immensely, shorting the absolute top, right? Or if we broke out, I close at a very small loss, incredibly small, and flip to a long to play the breakout to the upside, which right now has been working out in my favor. And if this measured move hits, ding, 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 ladies and gentlemen, an absolute win-win-win from me here, right? So now I also want to quickly look here at the Google Trends data. We could see over the past week, we've continued to decline. This data is even up to today with the immense moves. We've continued to decline on search volume here over the past 7 days. If we go to the past 30 days, we could see again June 26th was the peak, which correlated with the absolute top of the trend, and we've since declined to roughly 50% of that volume here on Google Trends. But right now, guys, the trend is very, very volatile in terms of it's switching from bullish to bearish to bullish to bearish, depending on how you're playing it, right? And for me, I've shown you today's trades, but if you are subscribed here, you would know that this whole really past month has been absolutely prosperous for me, right? Here are some of my trades. Don Carbonaccio, long, 84.17. Don Carbonaccio, long, 94.14. Don Carbonaccio, long, 10,908. Took profits up in the high 12,000s, 12,300, got stop losses hit all within the 12,000 to high 11,000 range, and then wound up closing the rest of my longs at over 12,600. Let's get this crypto. I mean, sick. And then right now, ladies and gentlemen, after the sun rose in the east and set in the west on these slap-happy moon boys, when we topped at 13,800, Don Carbonaccio took a short, 11,752, took profits, 11,065, took profits, 11,300, then took profits again at 10,441. And low down in this trend, ladies and gentlemen, was Don Carbonaccio, seeing that this trend had a chance to reverse upon high volume coming in. And you could see that there on my alert there, as well as the volume began to pick up. I saw signs here that the bottom may be in for the local micro trend. I closed all of my short positions here, and now, as we all know, I'm currently speculating long to the upside. Let's get this crypto. And I am going to be looking to add to my position here, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to keep you updated when I do take more positions here, right? This level, keep it in mind. I will be either taking profits, adding more longs, going short, etc., etc. Trading is a 24/7 environment where I'm ready to strike like a cobra out of the grass when, in fact, I see what needs to be done, right? As of right now, I'm in my long, but at this region, it can all change. Am I going to add to my position, take profits on my position, flip it, and go short? That is to be seen when I'm evaluating the price action at that specific point in time. And that is why I keep you updated in VIP with every single trade, strategy, entry, exit, take profit, etc. for you 24/7 around the clock in VIP, my friends. I can only post these analysis streams here on YouTube once per day. VIP is 24/7 around the clock, and that is where I will be keeping you all updated with my plans, strategies, entries, exits as I plan to crush the market and get this crypto. When we make this move here, ladies and gentlemen, are you going to be the one that gets caught like a deer in the headlights, or are you going to be the one that crushes this market and gets this crypto? Don Carbonaccio does not fail to plan. Don Carbonaccio plans to succeed. Today is the day, ladies and gentlemen. Are you going to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe? Or are you going to get caught like a deer in the headlights and take that trip to Wreck City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler? The choice is yours, ladies and gentlemen. Today's the day. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you all in VIP right now. Shout out to my VIPs and all of my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I'm ready to crush this market. Are you? Let's get this crypto. I will be taking new positions here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed my breakdown of my trade here. I hope that you understand how I was looking to get the most out of either direction here, right? Today was a unique stream. I showed you how I was planning for both directions, up or down. I was prepared for both with the smallest amount of risk that I felt I could take in either direction, and now I'm ready to get it and sitting in a nice position right now that I will be monitoring and looking to take more positions, adjust, add, subtract, all here in the immediate future, and I will be keeping you all up to date in VIP with all of that information in real time. Let's get this crypto. So guys, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. What are we going to see here? Are we going to put in a new higher high, or is this going to plunge deep down into the crypto abyss? You better be prepared. Do not get caught like a deer in the headlights. I'm planning to crush this market. Are you? Let's get this crypto. I will see you all in VIP right now. Shout out to all my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.